Hilda. As we see, like Hilda yesterday, it was a little bit annoying in the matches.
Some of the matches.
Yeah,
in other matches, she was
She was
completely
banned.
redundant, in the match itself.
She's not doing anything in some of the matches.
Yeah, definitely. It's actually, Hilda's a double-edged sword. It's based on what the picks are going for. But I believe since RRQ Hoshi banned Hilda, then they would actually go for a single target assassin or a jungler. So we're going to figure this out. Actually, they banned Hayabusa. This is a rare ban, actually, that would happen, yeah. We usually would see Lancelot get banned, but not Hayabusa. So, yeah, that's surprising.
Because Hayabusa, sometimes you can counter it by crowd control.
Yeah.
But for the ban target, straight, it's a little bit question mark on it.
Definitely. But I believe RRQ Hoshi they already have a lineup
or maybe
set up.
they did their research on DYFG.
Yes. They either have a lineup, ready that they want to go for, or they did their own research. But that's such a surprising ban. Now we're waiting for the third ban from the FYG. We're waiting for Long to choose who is he going to ban. It's Yuzong. All right, now we're going to start seeing the XP laner bans, basically, and the mage. Because we still have mages like Eve is still actually open. She might be a choice. And actually Zushin as well is open as well. So there are two choices as a mid laner that they can choose from.
First picks are coming in now.
So we have Chu and Eve, Yeah, so
as we expected.
Yeah, as expected, of course. And of course, Lancelot is a great pick as well for RRQ.
To be honest, when I see Eve, I will go sometimes faster because it will long range, and they can shot from far away, both of them.
Yeah.
And they have the freedom to move from the map, and they can have protected by the backlines heroes like tankies.
That is very true. Farsa is actually was picked. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Interesting.
Yeah, very smart of you. Very smart of you,
That's
soldier.
right. Very good analysis there.
Yeah, that's a great pick. But who do you think, for Chu? Do you think is he going to be a roamer, or is he going to be an XP laner?
For the Chu,
for this match,
he will counter Farsa by the knocking, and he will put Farsa between his team to get the kill. So as we see yesterday.
Or Lancelot.
Yeah, maybe also Lancelot.
Or Lancelot. But as for the third pick, we can see actually DFYG Long went for the Esmeralda. So right now, I believe Esmeralda is going to be an XP laner and Chu is going to be a roamer, unless they have something else to say about it. Maybe they're switching roles, but Esmeralda is better as an XP laner. Actually, there was a time when Esmeralda was a jungler at that time, but they stopped doing that right now.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Khalid is actually in the ban. That's very surprising.
Khalid for the ban, it was as my thoughts, it will be targeted ban for the blue side, because we saw Khalid only one time yesterday, and it was a little bit, it was good.
I'm kind of surprised actually they banned Khalid, where RRQ was actually planning to go for a roamer Khalid, because we already have a Lapu Lapu, and Khalid is an XP laner, so that would be conflicting. Maybe they were actually planning to go for a roamer Khalid, but maybe they not as that, so they banned him. Yeah, they denied it immediately. But yeah, that's amazing.
So the bans here are very much surprising.
Yeah, until now, the first match of the day, it's gonna be surprises, and some of team, for RRQ or DFYG, they will test the waters. I will test and I will see what will happen. For me, scratch and win. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Maybe because they have best of 3. If we lose one game, we can come back and we can go for 2-1 or for the third game.
Gatot Kacha is the 5th ban for the FYG. So we can see that actually most of the bans for the FYG are actually crowd control heroes, and they're XP laners or roamers. So there are actually putting RRQ in a tight situation where they have a limited choice of roamers right now. But what are they going to do about it? So they actually reply back to them with banning Joy, which is
crowd control as well.
She is a crowd controller and such a great jungler as well. So now the FYG has a limited choice of junglers. So let's see what are the. This is actually very, very, very tricky.
But so far with this lineup, which one is better?
They're balanced.
Balanced.
Yeah, it's kind of balanced right now.
for the ban phase, like for the choosing phase for the red side, it's gonna be Harith.
Harith.
Harith is going to gold lane. Yeah.
But
So
Harith was nerfed, right?
A little bit, but he's still strong.
He's still in the meta.
Yeah,
He
he's
can't
still
In the
compete.
meta. Okay.
But for me, like Eve, Chu, Esmeralda, Harith, until now, this is like it will continue the puzzle for the last one. But still, we have Labu Labu, we have Farsa. This one, these two picks. Wow, Tigreal. Wow,
We are seeing Tigreal for the first time in the tournament, so that's amazing. Actually,
I was waiting for it. From yesterday.
He is such a tricky hero to play with, by the way. It's not easy to play with Tigreal, although, like, you know, the casual players will play with him like just normal tanking, you know.
But in a pro level.
In the pro level, it's very hard. In the pro level, it's very hard. And when you said about Harith getting nerfed, see, he used to be a no-skill hero before, you know, because he used to dish out a lot of damage. They nerfed him, so he becomes a skilled hero. So not anyone can play with Harith to dish out huge damage. If you make mistakes, you're done.
It's like Hayabusa.
Yeah, if you make mistakes, you're done. So your skills needs to be on point in order to actually perform with Harith. Are we actually going to see a Harley? Oh, that's impossible. Of course not. All right, Ling is such a great choice as well.
Since long time, we didn't see Ling.
Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a match, to be honest. It's again, for the second time, I'm clueless. I don't know who's going to win.
For me, the blue side. Because I like Farsa. I like to see the playstyle of Farsa.
For me as well, the blue side, RRQ.
I'm not sure, but if we're going to talk about experience-wise, it's RRQ. But
Because for
Draft picks,
it's
red side,
It's-
DFYG.
you know, it might be DFYG, it might be actually RRQ. Both of them, they have a great lineup actually.
But for
so-
me, on paper, it looks more like RRQ.
yeah, experience-wise, yes.
Soldier.
Sometimes on the paper will betray you. So sometimes I don't trust the papers. I trust, you know, the drafts. And I trust the play style inside. So I will wait, but I will choose RRQ for now.
Ling actually is such a hard choice right now.
You remember earlier, I need to take notes, so you have to tell me.
Sure.
RRQ.
RRQ.
Okay.
RRQ.
So heroes are locked in. Let us send it over to our casters to see how it's all unfolds.
All right, into the game we go. This is game one of a best of 3 series between DFYG and RRQ Hoshi. Everybody wants to see this because it's Sutsujin going up against Super Ken. And you would think that this DFYG team is from the China region, but Super Ken himself has played so many times up against Sutsujin. Back he was playing when he was playing with the LID. So this is gonna be an important match for the two junglers that we have right now. Your casters, Wolf and Naisu. Nicely. I am so excited about this Lancelot versus Ling matchup.
Wolf, when was the last time we saw Ling, man? You know, maybe it pops up occasionally in different parts of the world. But for the most part, he's not really in the meta, right? This is not a hero that we typically see currently in the meta. It's great to see it, though. Game one in the best of 3, again, all this, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to see some more teams go home, of course, here in the quarterfinals. But this is a bit of a risk. I have to say, it's been, you know, one of the things about Ling is obviously he can still provide quite a bit of damage output, quite mobile himself, but, you know, in a way, you're going to have to go ahead and support this. It's a lot harder to do that rather than a Lancelot. But they both, I will say this, the caveat there is they both can kind of take care of themselves. Like if Ling gets in a bad situation, he's most likely going to be able to survive with his mobility. You could say the same thing about Lance, you know, and it's just, why do you think that is? Why isn't Ling so often in the current meta?
Yeah, it kind of farms slower than most of the junglers. It's more like, why would you go for the Ling if there's like Hayabusa, there's Lancelot? It's like he's just at the bottom of the list. And partly because you need a lot of farm on Ling, and also you can easily pressure him in the jungle.
Let's see if I do that. He is going to make his way up here to this fight, though. A lot of Flicker is already burned. RWM dropped down too. And Sutsujin will get the turtle, but the first blood going over to Super Ken. A bit of a trade there. Objective for the first blood. DFYG, though, with that first blood going in the hands of Super Ken here on this lane, are just going to help his case even further. You know, you can scale up faster on this lane, who, like you mentioned, Wolf, might jungle a little bit slower in comparison to the Lancelot. So it's going to be up to RRQ Hoshi to find something across the map. But this is the thing now too. When you have that level 4 available on the Cho, you know that's going to be the play to make. And speaking of the roams, man, Edok on this Tigreal once again. We got to see the Tigreal in the hands of RRQ Hoshi in their game against Team Falcons, and that's what we talked about after the patch came out. Had some of its improvement there, right? If for you guys that don't know, his second skill, the Sacred Hammer, it now is faster, man. It actually happens so quick. Oh, just like this. Pressure up top. Diamond Tempest Blade's going to be used as well, and that is a clean, easy kill in the top lane.
Not the best game for Diamond for sure. Dying twice already the first 3 minutes of the game, and going to be up against Esmeralda. It's not going to get easier for Dyron in the next few minutes. However, for RRQ Hoshi, I think if they're looking for something that's really positive for them is this gold lane. I've seen Toy deny one of the carts against Long, and it kind of tells me that Toy will, having level 6 and then Lung only having level 5, that kind of tells me that there is a massive lead for this Claude over this Hyrax, which is always going to be a welcome sight for RRQ Hoshi. Because if you look at their heroes, all of their heroes do not really pressure this Claude in the late game. Like, when it comes to a head-on collision versus the Claude, that's why we'll always be happy in this scenario, as there will be a kill up top. Finally, a recovery for Dyron.
Yeah, I'm putting them on the board here for RRQ Hoshi. Turtle's coming out, second one of the game. Zed going to go ahead and poke down Edok a bit. Oh, that's what I'm talking about with the implosion as well. They're going to go for Zed. Zed uses the kick into the RWM, so that's a kill secured now as Edok falls. Great play there from Zed. He's the one that he started to get zoned out in and then crowd controlled with the implosion. But then because of the real-world manipulation from E1, they were able to win that fight. But they're still fighting for this turtle. Feathered airstrike. Whoa! The damage on Vel. Sutsujin will secure that second turtle for RRQ Hoshi.
Now Vel has to be really more careful around the neutral objective, especially when there's an ongoing team fight, because of how important the Esmeralda is when it comes to being the tank for DFYG. This Esmeralda needs a lot of farm in order for him to kind of accomplish his job and allow this to have more time and space to end the kill. And him dying twice back-to-back in a span of what? 2 minutes?
2 minutes, yeah.
Actually. It's not going to be good for this Esmeralda. And now might die the third time in a span of, oh my goodness, 3 straight deaths for Vel. Not a welcome sight for DFYG. And even Super Ken is now a little bit behind. Over to the Lancelot. Okay.
I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Renz. Yeah, the little wings by wings, keeping Renz alive. And just as you said it, Wolf, this is not a game for Vel right now. The further you fall behind, too, on this Esmeralda, the worse it's going to be for DFYG. And that seems to be a case even in the jungle. To an extent, Super Ken's doing okay, after he got that first kill early on. But Susujin's starting to go ahead and take it away, right? He's scaling up a little bit faster. He's got a little bit higher levels against Super Ken. And all Super Ken can really do is continue to farm. Look at that once again. They're going to go for Zed. Zed won't be able to escape this time as Dyron cleaning up the kill. Super Ken's going to jump in. Pop the Tempest Blades already. He's going to be going for Rins, but can't get him with the wings by wings again. Rins stays alive. And now Toy, it's a gold laner duet in the jungle, but no one goes down. Interestingly enough, they just doesn't seem like they have enough damage just yet. It's a little too early for these gold laners to pop off.
Yeah. And now for DFYG, they're going to be having 2 problems that they have to face. First is Tsujin, who is now level 11 compared to Super Ken's level 10. I mean, Super Ken haven't died yet, but Tsujin is having so much of a farming. We'll get the turtle again. You also have to think about Toy, the Claude now. I wonder if the items will be shown up, and I'm sure there will be a mass. Long will be in trouble once again.
He pops his Summon forwards. The team's going to try to help him move. Bell solo again with a feather airstrike. A huge setup coming on through. We'll be able to take down Vel and gets the flicker out from Zed. Tempest Blade's gonna be used for Juke with a BMI, and now Super Ken, he's frustrated, man. How many times have he Tempest Blades and not been able to get a kill?
Oh, that's gonna be very frustrating. Doesn't have the retribution, so now Direland and the gang, they can actually pressure him in here. Sutsujin is doesn't have the retribution, doesn't need it. It's level 12 compared to Super Ken's level 11. They have zoned out the Ling, and the Ling without the purple. This is the main reasons why the Ling hasn't been picked up in the recent MPLs or recent things that we've seen.
What's worse?
It's because of that purple buff dependence.
What's worse? A Fanny, no purple buff, or a Ling, no purple buff?
Arguable. I've seen a Fanny be, yeah, it's both disastrous. All right, it's like you're asking me between like a level 10 difficulty and a level 9.9 difficulty, right? But I think I would rather choose the Fanny because at least I've seen a Fanny actually recover without the purple buff. Remember Ryzen, right?
Yep.
Like the entire game didn't have the purple buff, but still won the game for the team.
Yeah, it takes a certain type of like synergy to make that work, though. You know, like in order for you to actually have that in your favor. But yeah, that's one of the things. Super Ken, I think eventually, like, he will get the itemization he needs. He's not too far behind. I mean, granted, how everything's gone, the two junglers are relatively close to each other. You know, 300 gold separates the two jungles. And so Super Ken, once he most likely gets that third item, he should be able to actually get those kills. You know, it's like I said, it's been a few times now we've seen him try to set things up, even on the squishiest target over on RRQ HOSHI, which is Rins. But unfortunately, you just can't catch him, you know, and these feathered airstrikes have been doing work. And now the Divine Glaive is picked up by Rins, making them hurt that much more. So we'll see if DFYG can adjust. They're going to start up this Lord. It's at half health. Meanwhile, Super Ken's just grabbing his purple. Got this information. RW will drop down, and Sutsujin will secure the Lord. So they'll go ahead and get ready to approach the base. DFYG.
3,000 gold for RRQ HOSHI. Super Ken trying his best to kill off Toy. It's not going to be enough again. Oh no.
That's got to be
Disaster for
frustrating.
DFYG.
Implode.
Man.
Oh, Super Ken, not feeling super right now after that, man. That's just unfortunate. Little stun there with a land shaker. They try to hold on to the tier 1 turret in the mid, but Lord's going to make its way down bot. RRQ HOSHI, 4,000 gold ahead, will go ahead and knock down some of these turrets eventually. A big pickup here for Toy. I believe that's his third item now. So he's got the 3-item power spike. He's got the golden staff. He's going to actually take the orange here, too. There it is right there. He's got the tips. And now they'll take down the tier 2 turret up top.
7.2k compared to 5,500. For long.
Land shaker, Zed just gone. Goodbye, Toy gets that kill. Tier 1 mid lane's gonna go down. Super Ken working to deal with this Lord push. But right now with RRQ HOSHI, they might actually catch Super Ken here or force the Tempest Blades to be used. Oh man, look at the damage from Toy. Tempest is a Blades used, but he's just gotta go escape and get back to base. Good thing the Lord was cleared out. Oof. Oh, Bravest Fighter jump in won't actually stop them from recalling. I guess Lump can't jump on walls, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's too bad.
Over walls, baby.
Over walls.
Not on the wall, but this is looking really dark now for DFYG. The fact that even Super Ken is not able to get a kill now kind of makes you think, like, why do we still get this thing? Why didn't we draft this thing? The payoff is so far away for DFYG. Granted though, it takes look at the late game, late game, ultra late game. Maybe 21 minutes in, maybe everything's equalized and RRQ might not have enough to catch where the thing is. However, it seems like RRQ HOSHI, with the tools that they have, on Toy having essentially critical mass kind of itemization for the flood, and then you also have 6 Genus just freely getting the kills. It's gonna be a great late game for RRQ HOSHI as well.
It's gonna be tough to deal with. This amount of power that RRQ HOSHI has right now with this lineup is what's making it so difficult, because even if you're going to try to catch up into this, you know, like, it's difficult for DFYG. Who is going to be the one to help them catch up? Super Ken has been struggling for the most time. Long hasn't really been a part of anything, but his Harith should now be at least close to being online to where he can then provide some of that damage throughput in these fights. But the problem is, man, you've seen how fast Super Ken gets brought to like a quarter of HP. And maybe that, once again, is a reason why Ling just does not work too well in this meta. And that's going to be a quick, easy Lord once again for RRQ Hoshi. Some items being picked up here too. Super Ken just getting his BOD. So again, we're going to see if the FYG can defend against this. Again, a massive lead right now for RRQ Hoshi. And if they force a fight, if they really want to, which is most likely, because it's Edo, right? Edo has this Tigreal. You can see them making their way down bot. It looks like they're going to go for Super Ken. Toy juking him out with the BMI, and he's going to run. So they want to keep that Lord up for that push, but they're going to force a fight anyway in the mid as V1 is gone. A Thorn Rose to go through. Long dropping down the Zaman, force a land check. He's going to be able to stun Vel, but Vel is still healthy. But now they have a Lord to deal with. A couple flickers were used by DFYG. Super Ken might just go to cut the waves or join a fight in the backside. There's the implosion though, the catch right on target. Zed can't escape as this bottom base turret goes down with the Lord. And now the rest of the team in the base, feathered airstrike dropped down too long. Just burning, man. He's on 1 HP. And Vel is gone with a wave pushing it down bot. They should be able to end the game as RRQ Hoshi takes game 1 in a dominant fashion.
Super dominant fashion here for RRQ Hoshi. Unfortunately, the Gambit coming out from DFYG, picking up that Ling, did not work. I don't think that it's a draft issue for DFYG. I think it's more of an execution issue, as RRQ Hoshi not only did not make any mistakes, but they have found a dent in the armor of DFYG. I may say so. And that is definitely this Esmeralda, which should have been really good versus the Lapu-Lapu, but the fact that they have killed him thrice in a row in the span of 2 minutes, that gave them the opening. And that show just can't get any pickoffs. That meant that Super Ken will not be comfortable in the map. It came to a point where nobody is killable inside RRQ. But I'm sure that the panel will have more to talk about, so let's go back to the scene.
What a way to start this quarterfinal series. RRQ takes game 1 and immediately show why they came into this matchup as favorites. This is the quarterfinals of Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025, powered by ADNOC. So let us bring in Goods and Soldier to break this one down, this game 1. A Soldier?
To be honest, for RRQ, the beginning of the game, like of the day, the first match of the day, it was very fabulous. I really like it. The playstyle from RRQ, like they took one Lord and like they push it and it's done. Because when you take the Lord, it's easier to go for the pushing and like engaging on their bases. So to be honest,
just looking
really
at the draft, I knew that RRQ coach is gonna win.
Yeah,
On paper and on execution and on the game, they secured that win.
It was an outstanding win, of course. You know, RRQ was dominating the entire map. Basically, their experience showed in this match. You know, they knew what they were doing. They got a couple of deaths in the beginning of the game, but then they started taking control. There might be a slight issue with regards to DFYG's jungler, where Ling was not able to actually dish out any kills or get any kills or damage because of the protection of the RRQ Hoshi's team. So he tried to get Parcel a couple of times, he tried to get Claude, but he couldn't, in any of his try, he couldn't get any kills. He just got one kill in the beginning of the game and that was it for him. Of course, as we can see in the highlights, you know, RRQ was dominating in the towers destroyed, Lord slain, Turtle slain. It was complete dominance from RRQ Hoshi.
to be honest, for DFYG, for the draft it was perfect. But RRQ as an experienced team, they know how to play around it. They know how to play around these heroes like Eve, Chu, Ling, Esmeralda, and Harith. As a competitive team, bravo. They won it because like the goal difference it's 10k and the towers like 8 for 1, Lords 2 and Turtle 3. So they have the maximum objectives clean for them. Also, they have the objectives on the map like as a viewer.
And
also,
of course, with this team effort, someone stood out among them.
Yeah. Of course, it
Let's
was
talk
Toy.
about the MVP of the game.
It was Toy, who was playing with Claude. Great job for Toy. It was very rare to get a marksman.
This?
It's very rare to get a marksman MVP, but kudos for him. Kudos for him for this amazing